Hello. Happy Mindset Monday. Hope everyone's doing good. All right. Hi, babe. You know, God, I really am blind. It's hard to see. Hi. Excuse me. I'm not sick. If you guys are in the Facebook chat, could you just give me a little comment just so I can make sure that the chats are showing up, because sometimes it doesn't work on Facebook and I have to restart the feed. Okay, I see a heart. Can someone leave a comment just so I can see? Hi, YouTube. Hello. Okay, good. All right, Facebook is good. Thanks, Melissa. Appreciate you. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Happy Mindset Monday. Hope everyone is able to stay sane and, you know, keeping the faith, keeping their lives together as much as possible, keeping their sanity. And, you know, I don't know how it's going for everybody as far as the financial stuff goes, but definitely want to make sure that I'm here for you and just trying to give you stuff that might help at least keep your mind where it needs to be, because, you know, everything in our world is shaped by our mindset. So it's really important during times like these that we're very careful with what we're doing with it, because even though something like this feels like it's out of our hands, it is still in our reality because of whatever stories that we're telling ourselves, which could even be, you know, that stuff like this is possible. So it can be something really minute, but either way, it's here if it is here. And, you know, you can't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water, right? So we have to be the opposite of what fuels it, which is fear, panic, judgment, assumptions, things like that. So it's less about making it go away and more about starving it, if that makes sense. Like actively trying to make something go away is going to give energy to it and put focus on it, whereas stopping watering it completely is what will shrink it and shrivel it. Okay. So somebody called me Roxanne. You couldn't call me by my full name. That's so funny. Okay. How am I doing? Thank you for asking. I'm good. We just went to Target to get stuff, so that's why I'm kind of late today. Super late today, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Just trying to keep, I don't know. Trying to keep normalcy, changing things, how we're doing things around here, just because big changes are coming for us here, and we're shifting into the next phase of this trajectory, this business, whatever you want to call it. So I'm really excited for things to start shifting and morphing into what they're going to be from now on. So I guess that's enough for me. Okay, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do questions today. Usually I start from the top and go down, but I'm only going to do like an hour of answering questions from now on. So I might just kind of pick and choose throughout the questions. So I'll just say this one thing. Gina says, I read a beautiful quote from the author of The Secret. Her name is Rhonda Byrne, by the way, regarding the current circumstance and how important it is to be aware of where attention is. Exactly. Yeah. Wherever your attention is, that's where your energy is flowing. Wherever your attention is what you are creating for yourself. So if you are putting all of your attention on this thing, making it big and scary and oh my God, and what do we do? And it's everywhere. And how do I deal with it? You're making it bigger by focusing on it. And that's why, as annoying as it is, or, you know, it sounds like it's not really helpful to say, well, don't put your focus on it. But honestly, that's the best thing you can do. So it goes the same thing. Third party, like I mentioned before, things that we don't want in our life, you must starve them. Pushing them away, fearing them, worrying about them is calling them to you. I like this. Val Novus said, I cannot. It's like I'm really blind today. Valen Venus Tarot says, came up at the perfect time. Almost forgot I was in control of my reality. Thank you. I'm glad you said that because you are. Absolutely. Okay, here's a good question. Can being nostalgic about an ex prevent me from manifesting someone new? Not if you're framing it in a way of like, I really enjoy this type of human interaction. I'm so appreciative of the fact that I have people in my life that treat me this way. Remembering the memories fondly and not attaching any sort of, yeah, but it's not like this anymore, or yeah, but I don't want anybody like him. If you put the negative connotation to it, then that would be, I would say that would be counterproductive. But if you are just looking at it as, I felt really loving in this moment and I enjoy the way these feelings feel and I'm feeling them strictly for the pleasure of feeling them, and I just happen to be using this memory to call them up, that's fine. But just make sure that you're not attaching anything to it. Okay, don't attach a story to it. Families, the mod group, because we noticed your growth. We noticed how you always have something nice and uplifting to say. So we appreciate you and very happy to have you here. Glad you're doing well. Thank you. Stephanie says, what to do when your SP won't even open your messages? Keep it pushing. I don't know what else to tell you. They're not opening your messages because you aren't allowing them to. So figure out what it is that you're telling yourself about why they won't open your messages. Figure out why you are allowing those thoughts to take hold and permeate. You're noticing them, meaning that you are not actively combating your thoughts and rearranging things and flipping them in the moment. So they haven't opened your messages because you aren't disciplined enough with your practice. And that goes for everybody, okay? If your person's ignoring you, if they're showing up in a way that's not working for you, you're not there yet. That's it. They're a reflection of you. You are manifesting the exact version of them you have. If they're not what you're doing, if they're not doing what you want them to, it's because you're not looking at them in the right way. You're not thinking of them in the right way. You're not treating them in the right way that you want them to be treated. Meaning your SP, happy, healthy, whole, the version of you in that relation, or excuse me, the version of them in the relationship, you wouldn't treat them as if they weren't opening your messages. So you have to remember that even though you're manifesting them, you still have to treat them and the situation as if they're here now. And that's the way to get them. Otherwise, you're just going to keep spinning your tires. Oh, shit. I just lost a bunch. Okay. All right. People, I think that's what that says. Something happened in the past and this causes anxiety and fear a lot. Do you know how to get rid of any information online using the law of attraction? I mean, honestly, think about it like this. Infinite realities, infinite versions of you and your life, including a bunch where that stuff never was done. It never was documented. It's been erased. The server died. I don't know. Think of all the ways that it could go good for you, and then just start adopting those ideas and those mindsets and that lifestyle. And every time it pops up on your head, nah, we're all good now. It's already good. No, it's already gone. Information's gone. No one even cares anymore. It's not even a thing. This is fine. No one even cares. It's not even a big deal. Whatever you have to do to knock it out of your mind in that moment, that's what you want to do. But you need to be living as the version of you, the version of you that's not worried about anything coming about. Like there's only good things about you on the internet. People only have good things to say about you. People always have a good impression of you. You always make smart choices. You are a good person and you're doing good work, stuff like that. That's just kind of like reminding yourself and putting yourself into the reality where you are respected by other people and definitely by yourself, to not allow these types of thoughts to permeate and things like that. Just kind of describing the opposite of that reality, which is everybody loves me. There's only nice things written about me or findable about me. I'm proud of who I am and the decisions I've made. I'm happy with the progress I am, where I'm at in my life, things like that. Writing the new story and then being that version of you that feels that way, because it's your fear of the stuff coming out that's going to make it come out, or whatever it is. Okay. Sunny Sunshine, thank you so much. Says, and I quote, gosh, you remind me of Madonna circa 1991. Let me just tell you that That is probably my biggest influence ever. Not even joking. Madonna, Michael Jackson for sure, and Jem. Those were my biggest influences as a kid. And thank you. I appreciate you and I love you. And I will take, hold on. I'm just going to screen cap it because why the F not? Why the F not? I hope it took it. Okay. Love you. Appreciate you. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Okay. Daryl says, is there a daily routine required for SP manifestation? Yeah. It's called the 360 method. And it's not just for SP. It's for everything. You are monitoring your thoughts. You're constantly listening to yourself, checking for thoughts that don't align with the reality that you want to be in, which is, of course, happy, healthy relationship land of you and your SP. So if you have a thought on your mind that does not match up to me and this person have this great relationship and that's it, then you need to shut that thought down and replace it with a thought that does match it. That's like your kind of practice during the day. The other part of your day is spent making sure that when you do have time to think, when your mind is checked out, when you're doing things that you could do with your eyes closed and you don't even realize that you're, a human being doing stuff, you are making yourself think the affirmations or think the way you need to think the thoughts that happy, healthy, whole relationship you would be thinking at, let's see what time is it, 1:24 on a Monday afternoon. What is that version of you thinking? Just regular thoughts, like things are great, everything works out for me, I have a great relationship, I love my person, or whatever. I mean, the thoughts just need to match up to that energy, and you are making yourself think that stuff throughout the day. And so basically, you are saturating your mind with the thoughts that work for you. This isn't about being obsessed with your SP, because being obsessed with your SP implies that you don't have them. This is, I love the relationship that I have. I don't need anything. I have everything that I want. And that's why I feel amazing. That's what you're communicating. So you're making yourself think thoughts like that all day long so that there's not room to think anything else. And then scripting at night, of course. Really being really careful about what you're saying and what you're telling yourself in your mind in the little moments, the little truths you have to, when you're like, yeah, but they're actually not. Yeah, but I haven't seen him in 6 months though. Yeah, but he didn't actually check my messages. Those little truths, that's where a lot of people slip up. So yeah. Pretty Brown says, what do you think about tarot cards and manifesting? Do you think it's a good idea to listen, a good tool to listen to readers with good energy to pinpoint subconscious beliefs? Listen, psychics and tarot people are really good at interpreting energy. So they're just going to tell you whatever you got going on right now. And I'm not trying to diminish them. I'm not saying they don't do well at what they do. They definitely do good at it, but that's for people that aren't taking power in their life. That's searching outside of yourself for power, looking where it isn't. It's like, I always ask my clients this: if you wanted to find a pot of gold, where's the first place you think to look? Under a rainbow, right? Not like in your grandmother's fireplace. It just in yourself. All the answers, everything you need is within yourself, and that's where you will find it. So if you're searching outwardly for things, those people are just going to tell you what you got going on right in this moment. So if you don't know where your energy's at, this is always interesting to me, because I hear people saying, I'm just using it for diagnostics to let me know where I'm at, which I've said that before too. But at the end of the day, you're still looking for someone else to tell you where your energy is. I know right where my energy is. Happy, healthy, wealthy, right? Like self-manifested. It's just, that's where it's always at. And if you don't know where your energy is, that's the problem. Not that you're, obviously that you're looking elsewhere, but it's all within you. So, yeah, but you shouldn't have to do it because it's all within you, and you're not practicing looking within and asking yourself and trusting the answer that you get. When you ask yourself, you will get the answer. If you don't like it, you're searching elsewhere for it. So I don't think that it's healthy to do that, honestly. Maybe for fun here and there, but not like using it to tell you what to do with your life and stuff like that. Monique, thank you so much. You're so sweet, darling. Appreciate you. She says, yes, I was a hardcore MJ fan growing up. Went to his Neverland Ranch 5 times back in the day. Sorry to get off topic. No, please, I'll talk about MJ all day long. Yeah, I wish, man, we were just watching some Michael Jackson videos the other day. Like, to see that man live, incredible. Once in a lifetime shit, right? So, yeah, Madonna and MJ were like my darlings. I always wanted to be a pop singer, so I just would be in my room just like fucking shamoning all over the place and shit. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate you donating to talk about Michael Jackson. I love you, and He's definitely like one of the few celebrities that I cried when he died. Him, Alan Rickman. That's all I can remember right now. But definitely Michael Jackson and Alan Rickman. I cried when they died. Anyways, what's next? Okay. Rosanna. Girl, every time I see your effing name, Rosanna gets stuck in my head for days. Okay. She says, I'm literally in a state where I quit looking for signs of doing 1,000 methods like 2-cup, etc. Just being a Chilosaurus Rex. Yes, girl. The techniques that the other law of attraction stuff is trying to tell you are just, it's just ways of shifting your thinking, like what I've been saying. This is why I try to cut through all that stuff. It's like at the end of the day, how many times you write down something is irrelevant. How many times you sit down and visualize it is irrelevant. Are you that now? Great, then you're that. That's it. You just need to shut down the shit that's telling you that you're not what you want or that you can't have it. If it comes up, you shut it down again. If it comes back up, you shut it down again. If it comes back up, you shut it down every single time. Every time you slack, you stay where you are. And that's a pearl of wisdom from this week's episodes. I think that's Wednesday's videos. I left my notebook in the other room. Reading to it. But have you read or heard of A Course in Miracles? It's a mind-blowing perspective on the world. I have not read it. I have heard of it, and I'll check it out for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really have time to read, so I listen to stuff while I'm doing whatever. I always try to have, like, when I was talking earlier about making sure that I'm thinking the thoughts that I need to think, part of that also is just feeling with my thoughts for too long. So if I'm like tired of like making myself think stuff, or when I just simply have stuff to do, I'll put on, usually it's YouTube, but like Law of One stuff, PBS, quantum physics, David Wilcock, I've talked about him before, Air Adapt, he's one I've been listening to a lot lately. And I'll definitely look into A Course in Miracles because I have heard of that. And I appreciate you donating to the chat, and I appreciate you giving me the suggestion, and everybody else. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Melissa says, the guy I was seeing felt uncomfortable that I was too dependent on my ex. I have 2 kids with my ex. The new guy was right, and I do need to know that I have changed. It doesn't matter what he thinks. If you guys are worried about how someone else is going to receive you, you're not taking power. You're not standing in the truth and the reality that it's all under your creation. You're worried about how they're perceiving it means that you are A, not declaring that they're going to like whatever you want. And B, that shows that you have mixed feelings about it too. So who gives a shit what you need to do to survive? Right? None of his effing business. If he wants to help you take care of your kids, fine. But if he's not, then he needs to shut the hell up. That's my 3D talking, okay? But on the other hand, this is also me talking to you. Who cares what he thinks? You have to decide that he doesn't care. You have to decide that he's more than happy with it. He's glad to see somebody who co-parents in a healthy way. And he's happy to know that should you guys have a child together and break up, he can count on you being a great co-parent. That's all that we need to allow him to consider, because this is your life and it's not his, and he has no say over it. So you let him have a say. That's on you. And I love you. Let's go all with love. Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you. You're so kind. He says, random one, but can you manifest a result of a football match? For example, could I manifest Ireland winning the World Cup? Appreciate it. Of course you can, because infinite realities. So if there's 2 teams playing one game all over the world, obviously there's a bunch of realities where they win. And probably obviously a bunch of realities where they're not even playing, but that doesn't really matter. So you must just start behaving as a fan whose team won the World Cup right now and throughout the whole season. So yes, you absolutely can do it, but it's going to have to be, it's just your focus. You shift into, or I like to use the word embody better, embody the reality where they won or they're winning this season now. And then you stay there and you be it no matter what anybody says or what anything happens. Shayna, thank you so much. I appreciate you, darling. Very generous. She says, just inspiration. My SP is well known. We have met 6 times in the past year. Now he's on Twitch fundraising. So I donated, and he said he will contact me on IG. Oh, girl. Okay. Who else you trying to get with? It's all me. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so when those DMs come in, damn, this guy can't get enough. Like, ooh, okay, he's met his match. He's met somebody. He's never met anyone like you. He's never talked to anyone like you. You have really interesting things to say. And he talks to people all day long. So it's really nice and refreshing to find somebody that he can talk to about stuff that is different or whatever. Again, I'm just making this stuff up. So you are getting the messages that you need up here, okay? And responding up here the way you need to. Whatever happens in the 3D world is irrelevant. It's like playing with Play-Doh. Just because you built a house of Play-Doh does not mean you need to live in it, okay? Does not mean you need to live in it. So whatever you're doing with your hands in the 3D world, whatever, that's just playing around in the sand. Up here is where we are continuing to create the reality. So great. Now the relationship is unfolding. You see it happening. That's as much as you need to worry about it, okay? I know you're not worrying. You're doing really great. But just, you know, as it unfolds, make sure you're keeping your mind in the mind frame of like, this guy can't get enough. And he's never met anyone like me. Don't get intimidated by his job, right? Because that's just a circumstance. Also, tomorrow's video is about keep it like once you manifest your SP, once you get that relationship, what to do next. So that kind of goes with what you're talking about. Cassidy loves my pink aesthetic. Thank you. Stephanie, appreciate you. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Mish says, I'm currently trying to manifest. Appreciate you. It really is life-changing. SP is in place. Third party disappeared. Confidence is up. I'm an amazing partner. Everything is always working out for me. Best case scenario. Girl, can you please leave like a comment on YouTube or in the Facebook group so I can screenshot it and I'll put you in the success stories video if you want. Okay. Thank you. The next one that I do. Appreciate you. Thank you. And proud of you. Okay. Emmy says, let's put law of attraction aside. Show us how you do your makeup. Okay. I'm glad you said that. So I'm been entertaining, switching up, excuse me, switching up my formula on Sundays, filming that makeup for that shoot, doing the makeup tutorial, but also like manifesting in makeup, kind of like doing like a little thing. And then 3 videos, like the kind I'm doing on the set. New set's coming, guys. Next week, the whole new set will be out. I'm so excited. Talking about manifesting or maybe answering questions from you guys from the audience. Please let me know your thoughts. That's a thing I'm toying with. So if enough people like the idea, then I'll do it. But it's just, you know, I don't know how many people are coming onto a manifesting channel wanting to watch someone do their makeup. So that's part of why I'm kind of hesitant about it. But people do ask a lot. So if it's something you guys want, maybe I don't have to do it every week, maybe like once a month or something. But leave it in the comments below so I can kind of address it and we can see what everyone thinks. Victoria, thank you so much for donating to the chat. I appreciate you all. She says, hi, Roxy. Do you have any tips for how to protect myself from negative energies of the family I live with? I tried to use a protective condom, as you called it, but I feel it only helps so much. Okay. Well, the problem is excuse me, guys. I'm not sick. The problem is that you need to put the energetic condom on your own thoughts because you're describing your family as negative, or you're worried about what they're going to say. You're afraid they're going to infringe or say something terrible or cross boundaries or disrespect you or insult you or not get you, whatever it is. You fully expect them to behave that way. So they have to, and they can't change unless you stop telling that story. So any tips for how to protect yourself from negative energies from the family is, yes, you have to completely rewrite them. You rewrite every single family member. You talk about how they are exactly the way that you want them to be up here in your mind, script about it, and then you have to be the version of you that's in a family with those family members, no matter what the 3D version of them are doing. Up here, man, I have the greatest, most kind and respectful, honest family, or whatever it is. It's you, not them. So if you're trying to protect yourself from it, protect yourself from your own thoughts and stop considering them to be that way. Because you're obviously manifesting this version of them. They're you pushed out, and they do exactly what you expect them to do. So stop expecting them to do anything except respect you, have a great time, and I don't know, want to learn about law of attraction with you, whatever it is that you want. Now they do that too, okay? And then, but you have to actively be it in every single moment. And if you slack, you go back. Ooh, dang it! I like that. That's even better. Back in, start going back in, okay? So don't forget. What else we got? What else we got? What do you want? Caitlin says, not sure how to word this, but I'd love some clarity on unconscious manifesting. It seems folks generally stumble into law of attraction and manifestation whenever we find ourselves in an unsavory situation and we're trying to manifest things / people back into our lives, fix things and get better versions of things, etc. Because we are always creating, is it just our newfound awareness of law of attraction manifestation that makes it seem like we're always having to play? So I think what you're talking about is the feedback loop. So what happens is, so we're shifting in and out of parallel realities, billions per second, just constantly happening so fast it's imperceptible. And if there are infinite realities, then obviously there's ones where, you know, life's drastically different, and there's ones where you made one different decision. And so your life is just like, you wouldn't even notice the difference, right? So people get caught up in the cycles that they're living in and stay in their current situation. And this is the world I live in, so this is the world I live in. And it's that acceptance of the world you live in that makes it the world you live in. That is always happening, right? We're always just kind of adapting. But I think you're right. It's like once you realize that actually it goes the other way, it's not the outside affecting the inside, it's the inside affecting the outside. And so once you see that, there's this period of like acceptance, right? Where you're wrestling with it. You don't believe it. You're trying to believe it, but you don't fully. You have your rational mind winning out. You're doubting yourself. And sometimes it seems real, but then this is not really logical. It doesn't seem like this could actually happen. So you have this like dithering period, which is like hot and cold behavior, uncertainty. So you'll get some and not so much of others, right? Or some here and some there. And let's see. Is it just our newfound awareness of law of attraction manifestation that makes it seem like we're always having to play from behind and create better situations? Yeah, so I think it's because once you realize that it actually is you the whole time, then you start trying to make changes, but you're fighting with yourself about believing it. So that's why there's that period of time. You know, like we can't instantly manifest. We're doing it right now. It's just that it's much easier for us to believe that this current reality is going to continue in the next second than if us to just pop into a new reality all of a sudden. That's like almost impossible for us to wrap our minds around truly. So I think that once you know, it's just kind of like, then it's like annoying because then you know if you're messing it up, you know you're doing it to yourself. And you know if you're not thinking right, that you're creating more of what you got. So that energy of being angry at yourself or being disappointed or being like, oh, what can't I get it, just perpetuates it. So I think that for a minute, you're right. There is that period where it seems like you're playing from behind because you're just realizing this whole time that you've been allowing yourself to play from behind. And then you're kind of trying to catch up to get to the front of the pack. But once you're there, it's easy to stay. Just got to remind yourself every single day. I hope that answered your question. Jessica says, how can I know I can manifest a new SP even if I'm not ready to give up on my current one and I can have them both, but would I eventually have to manifest it not working out with one of them in the long run? Well, why would you have to manifest that? Just intend that you have an amazing relationship in the process of unfolding and you're really excited to see how the universe brings it about. That's it. That's how I treat my freaking success and career, empire. I know something big is coming. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Take it away, universe. That's it. So I don't want to do it. I'm not meddling. I'm not messing with it. I don't doubt it at all. So it's, yeah. So it doesn't really matter who or how. I don't really care. I just know that my relationship is incredible. I have an amazing bond with my partner and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Thanks, universe. You know what I mean? Like you just clean it up and send it off, whatever it is. Yes, great relationship. I have right now. You have an abundance of love around you. That's a good thing. Be thankful for it and just tell the universe that you are excited about the fine-tuning process and let it happen. Brianna, thank you. Love you. She says, love you, Roxy. Can you explain being in the essence of things like love, money, abundance? Love, 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 love you. Thank you. Brianna is one of my amazing mods of my Facebook group and appreciate you so much. Okay. Can you explain being in the essence of things like love, money, abundance? Okay. So I think So this is one of those things where it's like that old school, I don't know why I want to use the word old school, but maybe traditional or mainstream law of attraction thing where it's like vibration and like there's all these buzzwords, but no one's really talking about like how the fuck to do it. And that's kind of like what the lane I'm carving for myself. But as far as being in the essence of things like love and money, what I really hear there, what I really feel is that it's again, it's the more so the declaration, like, I don't need to be anything. You are love already. You already are love, abundance, and money is energy, of course. And so, but money is love and abundance. Okay. So love and abundance, how do you be of the essence of it? You are love and abundance. You literally are that. And every time you try to tell yourself you're not is the problem. So if you are not, if you feel a negative emotion about something, that's your indication that you are not in alignment with how the source feels about that thing. You are not looking at it in the way that it is. You're not looking at it with love. You're looking at it with fear, or usually they say love or fear, right? The two opposing ends, but it could be any emotion on the negative end of the spectrum. But it's not that you're not in the essence of love. It's that you're constantly talking yourself out of it. You're constantly telling yourself why it's hard, what's wrong, what's not here, noticing lack, noticing things taking long, things aren't working out the way they want, acknowledging that you don't have everything, even acknowledging that you aren't love, or that it's hard to find, or you feel like you're not in the abundant or in the essence of it, is its own manifestation. So think less about trying to be in the essence of it and think more about what am I doing to take myself out of it? Because I don't have to try to be love or abundance. I am love and abundance. So what am I doing? What am I doing to convince myself with the infinite power coursing through my veins that I cannot be, do, or have absolutely anything that I want, being a segment of, or a nerve center in the larger brain of the creative force, which is infinite love and abundance and light, right? So you are that already. What are you doing to tell yourself you're not? That's where your focus should be. And I love you. Thank you. Okay. Tanya says, how do we keep moving forward when manifesting loans and debts paid off, but still wanting to travel and shop? Why can't you have all those here? So the way you respond to it is all that matters. You already have the bill. You've already got the debt. So instead of worrying about all of it, I don't care. That's already paid off. I'm not even worried about it. Pay it off right now. Pay everything. You can, I don't even care if I empty my bank account right now because I know it'll be double tomorrow. I literally am just making this shit up. Again, it's just like, what do you want? Or what do you have that you don't like? What's the opposite of that? Okay, now that's what it is. It's so much easier that everybody's making it. And that's why I have this bone to pick with these techniques and like raise your vibration. It's like, I don't vibrate what? That's the thing I want. It's already here. You're already living amongst whatever it is that you want. You just have to shift where it's at. It's already here somewhere. So instead of, I really have these bills and I'm paying these bills, but I really want to go do fun stuff like shopping and traveling, but I can't because I have these bills. No, fuck the bills. I don't care. Pay them all off. Pay them. I'm happy to pay the bills because they have given me something that I needed when I needed it. So thank you so much, bills. I'd love to pay you off. Here's all the money that you need. Thank you so much. I'm also going to start planning a trip. I'm also going to start looking at the things I want to buy whenever I'm allowed to leave my house again. Just even if you don't have the money in your account, you can still behave as if you do. And the same thing with like what Brianna was saying, being of the essence of money and love. Just because you don't have it physically does not mean you don't have it. So be it now. Be rich now. Be abundant now. When you buy stuff, even if it's your last dollar, fuck yeah, take my money. Thank you. I'm just going to make that back. I'm not even worried about it. What I really care about is the fact that I'm exchanging a piece of paper and getting the thing I want. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We feel so proud and blessed and thankful to be able to spend money. Even if it's hard up here, don't let the universe in on that. It's like you still are paying your last dollar for the thing. So really, And then you just keep pretending until shit starts changing. We know how gullible human beings are. We are very gullible. If you don't believe me, look up magic, okay? Magic exists because people are very gullible. So you can lie to yourself for a few weeks, then your brain will accept it. You're already lying to yourself by saying, like Brianna said, that you're not love, money, or abundance. You're already lying to yourself by saying that you can only afford to pay your debts off and not travel. This is something from this week's videos also, all the money in the entire world, in your world, is allocated where you say it is. That goes for all of you guys. So where is all the money at? Are you a 1% or a 99? It's your choice. You decide, because it's your reality and it does what you say without exception. See down the bottom. I want to look through. Okay, I'm trying to find, I know you guys probably something about the makeup, but I'm having a hard time. Heather is like on it today. Thank you so much. And Leanne, appreciate you guys so much. Okay, Myra says, how do you stop thinking of the third party? I started to tell myself this could really work. I've been checking my thoughts, but then I think about her too, and I notice her like on social media. Okay. You answered your question. How do you stop thinking about the third party? That's how you literally stop it. The second you notice yourself thinking about her, you shut it down and you replace it with something else. Okay. Every time. If you notice yourself watering the plant, stop watering it if you don't want it to grow. Oh, I'm thinking about the third party. Oh no, the third party. What about the third party? Third party. You're just like watering it. Third party. Who? Not my reality not in my reality where everything works out for me and this person only has eyes for me. I don't think so. Send it away. If she pops back up, no, I don't think so. This guy's obsessed, or this person is in love with me. They only want to be around me. So goodbye. You send it away every single time it pops up. Okay. Wednesday's video is going to be more about this as well, but this is not a hyperbole. This is not exaggeration. You send away every single thought, every single time, without exception. If you slack, you stay. If you slack, you go back. Remember that. Raina, thank you so much. I so appreciate your generosity. Thank you. She says, I manifested back my SP, been talking to him since Saturday, and we had an amazing, really hot video chat, if you know what I mean. LOL, he still can't. He's still saying he just only wants to be friends, want to manifest him visiting me and be in a relationship. Okay. So I always find this so interesting. It's like, this would be like if I went to you guys and I said, hey guys, listen, I'm manifesting this big, huge career. I got my YouTube channel going, but I'm only at 25,000. What should I do? The fuck do you mean? Keep going. Like, what are you talking about? You know, like, I love you, and I'm saying this with love. This is so sister energy. This is not to tear you down in any way, but it's like, you're not done yet, right? So if you have him back and now he's here, what happens next? It's up to you. His opinion is irrelevant. If any of you guys let your SP have an opinion and dictate what you do with this, that's why you don't have him. Their opinion does not matter, okay? And I don't mean it as in it doesn't matter. I mean that it doesn't affect what you do going forward. It does not affect the manifestation unfolding unless you decide it does. Unless you say, oh, I've been manifesting him, but now he says he doesn't want it. Who fucking cares what he wants, right? Because there's infinite versions of him and you. So there's a bunch of versions of you that's not even listening to what the hell he has to say, or better said, there's a bunch of versions of you that hears what she needs to hear. Whether or not his mouth physically says it, I don't fucking care. Do I want? Still sounds like, yeah, I can't wait to be around you again. I love you. You're not done yet. You're not done yet. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm so glad you're always here. I'm so glad to be a part of your process. But the process is not over. The process never ends. So what happens when you get your manifestation? You move it forward. And actually tomorrow's video will be more in depth about this, but this isn't a time to say, oh, I did it, but then he did this. So the fuck what? So what? You're focusing on the one small aspect of your manifestation that didn't go exactly the way you wanted to, and ignoring the fact that, like, this was my goal and I got here. If I was done now, then what? Then what? Right? No, I got here and now I move it forward. Fine. Let's go fucking huge then. This happened in a couple months, something I've been working on for years, just all fell into place when I switched my process up, when I implemented the 360, okay? So once that happened, everything changed for me immediately. Great, now we're in this new life, and now we're gonna keep moving forward. If I decided that right now, like, oh no, I'm not, I'm not Oprah, like, keep going. Okay, I love you, and you're gonna do it. I'm proud of you. You're doing really well. You've manifested your person. Now that he's back, how does it unfold from here? The fact that you have the power in your reality and he's got it in his. I don't know what he's doing in his because I don't know him. I know you right now. You're asking me a question, what to do in your reality, and the answer is ignore what he says because it is irrelevant. That's it. Okay. And keep me posted how it works. Sonia says, I'm on a diet and I just ate ice cream and told myself that it wouldn't make me fat. Or how about, this is only going to make me more sexy. This is only going to make me more fit. You guys want me to do a video on Michael Jackson? Okay. Jess says, the 360 approach has really worked for me, but sometimes I miss my SP. I affirm the reality I want, even during those moments, but the feeling of missing them stays. Will those moments keep my SP away? I wouldn't say that the moments will keep them away. It's more so, do you clean them up and send it back off every single time? Do you clean it up for a while because it's easier in the beginning, and then after it gets hard, you give up and allow the sadness to stay? Then yes, it's going to affect it. But if you fight it every single time, then no. And actually, I can tell just by your question that you're not, you are allowing the sadness to stay, and you are affecting your manifestation, because if you were not allowing it to stay, you wouldn't even type that. You wouldn't even say that it's a problem with me missing it, because it's almost like money. It's like, no, fuck, it's here. It's already here. It's on its way. It's flowing to me every single day. More and more comes all the time. I'm not really worried about it. I don't care when or how it gets here. I just know that it is coming, and I'm really excited to see it unfold. It's all the same. You have to treat every single thing in your life as if A, I've already got it and I don't need it because I've already got it, and B, yeah, cool, bring it whenever it's done. I'm over here doing stuff that like needs my attention, and I'm gonna let you, universe, handle the hard stuff. I'll just be here being the now when it shows here, just being me and living in the moment that I want to be in, living in the reality that I want to be. And then when that thing comes, great, I'll experience it. And in the moment, I'm also going to be thinking of new what's and declaring things all the time, because I can, and I'm the power here, and it does what I say. To say to yourself when you're at work, try not to go in a spiral of negative thoughts. Okay. Yeah. Do the exercise I talked about in the 3 outside videos. It's the middle one. There's an exercise where you list out all of your limiting beliefs about a subject. So put work at the top of a piece of paper. On the left-hand side of it, dump out all of your negative feelings, worries, doubts, fears, insecurities, anger, resentment, guilt, shame, whatever it is. Get it all out on paper, circumstances, things that you don't like, all on the left-hand side of your paper. And then for each individual item, each individual limiting belief or thought or worry, whatever it is, fear, anger statement, whatever you want to call it, take each one individually, flip it to the opposite. How many ways can you describe the opposite? Now fill in your paper with all that stuff on the right-hand side. There you go. Now, whenever those thoughts come up, you launch your right-hand thoughts every single time. Wow, I really love this job. They really respect me here. They give me so much freedom. They pay me so well for what I do. They're so appreciative for my work. They definitely put me first. They consider me for promotions. I'm their favorite employee. They love to be around me. They always ask me to work on projects because they really like my ideas. They think I'm an independent thinker. My coworkers love me. Everybody has nice things to say. Every time I walk in the building, everybody's really excited to see me. I'm always happy to go to work because it's such an uplifting experience. The work I do is in alignment with my soul's highest calling. The work I do is in alignment with my soul's highest purpose. I'm 100% self-sufficient. The work I do, or all the money I make, comes from my own ideas and thoughts. That's just a bunch of shit. I do say a lot of those a lot, so I didn't make them all up, but I did make some of them up. It is really easy. It's just like, again, what is it that we don't like? What's the opposite of it? How many ways can you say that? And they're all affirmations, and you just make yourself think that, especially when you have shitty coworkers in your face and they're screaming at something about whatever, and in your head you're thinking, wow, I have a really nice, healthy working environment. This is really great. My coworkers respect me, or whatever. It's you in the moment that is the work. Ryan, hey Roxy, I made an amazing progress so far. She reached out to me. Her mom knows about me. However, she's not messaging me every day and talking like we used to. I feel like things are so slow. If you feel like things are so slow, then they are, because they are what you say you are. So how about it's progressing really fast and it's really exciting and the relationship is unfolding exactly the way you want it to. And that's it, period. Hawa says, is gratitude also really important as well? Okay, so here's the thing with gratitude. The reason why gratitude works so well and why it's such a big, people always talk about doing it or promote it or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Gratitude, if you really break down the emotion, what it is saying, I am happy that I have the thing that I want. That's why you manifest, because that's how you manifest. You communicate, I have everything that I need and it feels really great. So that's why gratitude works, is because that's exactly what that emotion is. I'm very glad I have the thing. So yeah, it does work. But you don't have to have it to manifest, right? It doesn't have to be like, oh thank God, because we're always manifesting in every single moment. So also just knowing that it's yours, not questioning it, also works, okay? But yes, we are very grateful for the things that we have, because we could also not have them. We could just as easily not have them. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. See stuff like this a lot. My parents aren't too fond of my ways, but I won't give up until they align with me. My specific people are thriving with me and money is in overflow. How do I keep that same vibration until my parents realize that I reflect that they do what they do? You answered your question. How do I keep it going? You keep it going. You just said it. My parents, okay. So my parents aren't fond of my ways, but I won't give up until they align with me. Well, they align with you. They like what you do. They're proud of you. They appreciate you. They think you have really great ideas. They think you're smart and independent. They're really happy to see you doing your own thing. They're excited that you are making your way in life. And now you have to be the you have to be the child of those parents. No matter what your 3D parents are doing or saying, you still inside must be the child of the parents you want to be the child of. So how do I keep that vibration going until your parents realize that? You do it. You do it. Your parents are that. Your specific people are thriving with you and money is in an overflow. My parents love me. They love to be around me. You have to actively be it in every single moment. And you have to really, especially when it's hard, especially when they're in your face, doing what you don't want. You okay? Did you get something in your mouth? You okay? Oh, she was just licking herself. Okay. If you guys answered me about the makeup stuff, I lost them, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to know what you guys thought about that. Sorry. If you answered about the makeup tutorial earlier, I'll just ask again. I keep getting asked to do makeup tutorials. I'm thinking about replacing one of my video days potentially every week with a makeup tutorial, but I'll still talk about manifesting while I'm doing my makeup, ideally. Please, again, comment in the bottom because I lost the comments. I don't know where they are. I love you, and this is all from love, but I know you watch my show or my channel, so you know the answer to this. She says, my sad scene manifested. It was just the middle scene, though, to get me to talk to him again since we're in no contact. Well, manifesting the middle and mess with the end if I don't know what I want yet. I want a relationship, not so much marriage yet. Manifesting the middle is not a thing. There's no middle. There's no end. So, like, you are eternal. There's no end. There's no middle. So that'd be like, okay, I keep equating it to this is my career thing so that you guys understand like what it sounds like. That'd be like if I said, hey, I'm working towards being the next Oprah, which this is like a new thing. I'm just saying it. I'm not even really thinking about the repercussions of it, but let's just say that it is unfolding. But I'm just saying it because, well, again, I reached this point and I realized like, oh shit, I got what I want. Now what? So then I put it super far big in front of me so that I don't run into this problem again where I got to my manifestation and I didn't realize it and I ended up spinning my tires. So yes, Oprah. Okay. I'm not saying that's necessarily what I want. I don't know. I'm just fucking going with it, right? To be honest with you guys. And because I'm not really that attached to it, I might manifest really fast. So either way, well, my point is that would be like me saying, hey, I manifested my YouTube channel, me today, right? I manifested this version of me today, this March 30th version of me, March 30, 2020. I manifested 25,000 subscribers. We just hit 25,000. I manifested 25,000 subscribers, but that's in the middle of being Oprah. Do I not get to be Oprah now? No, I don't just wake up and be Oprah one day. Be Oprah. I don't just wake up and be Oprah one day. There's going to be a path. There's going to be stepping stones along the way, and this just happens to be one of them. Same with you. You want a relationship? Great. That's it. You don't need to qualify it. You don't want marriage, then you are choosing it. Like, who are you telling right now? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of, I mean, who are you? If you don't want marriage, then don't put it in your thing. Or if you're not ready for it, you don't need to do that now. You don't need to know you don't have to know it the way that we want it to be. So of course I filmed yesterday, so it's like a day late, but that's okay. So next week's videos should be on the new set. I'm really excited. And thank you all so much for being here, showing up every Monday and showing up every day. It's very nice. Okay. Savannah says script every day because it's an extremely valuable tool. It's life-changing. I've seen incredible results from it. And that's why I say all the time, scripting is life-changing. I highly recommend you do it. It's interesting that it doesn't really matter, whatever. Okay. Do I have to script every day? No, it's up to you. But how bad do you want your things to work out? Like, scripting every day. I was just looking at my scripting notebook. So I was trying to pinpoint the day that I started really doing the daily practice. And it was like September 29th. And then October 4th is when everything changed for me. So now I'm not saying it was only scripting. This is in combination of 360 scripting and the realization that I had been selling myself short. The realization that I was describing my situation in a way that was limiting because I didn't believe it or I didn't realize it. I said this before a bunch of times. I was describing my business as the little engine that could. I was like, oh, I'm getting there. And oh, it's so hard. I'm working on it. Oh, God, don't tell our parents I quit my job. Like, I know I'm getting there. And oh, God, I'm doing it. I'm building it. But oh, God, it's so hard. That's how I was acting. And I was like, I mean, I still stay up all fucking night long. But, staying up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, building, trying, just like making it happen for years. And then once the scripting became the daily practice, the 360 had fully been implemented for a couple months at this point. It was the daytime stuff, the flipping my thoughts and feeding myself affirmations. That daytime stuff had been in place for a couple months. That combined with scripting, which is the nighttime stuff, so then your whole day is covered, plus the realization that I had been describing myself in a very limiting way and being like, oh shit, never mind. Business is booming. I'm helping millions of people. Again, about a week, and everything just like exploded. And you guys have seen it. Again, I can't lie about it because you're watching it happen in real life. You know that I'm not making this up because you guys are watching it go down with me. So this is real. It is 100%. If you do this process, again, I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm just saying this way does work. So maybe there's other ways of doing it. Good. I hope there are. But at this point, this is how I figured it out. And again, I studied law of attraction for almost a decade before I accidentally put all these pieces together. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit. Okay. This is how it freaking works. So, and I'm learning every day, understanding more and more and more and more and more. And I just intend that I'm always growing, always learning more every single day. I'm uncovering more, getting downloads and aha moments. So I am. Oh yeah, so I just went on rambling forever. Okay, so you were asking, should I believe every word that I want to write? Example, I want to go taller. Should I be grateful for growing taller and deep inside I'm not truly believing it? Okay. Earlier, remember when I said that humans are really gullible? That's where you want to be. So if you're working on something that you don't quite believe yet, so what? So what? You're already lying to yourself, right? Most of you guys are lying to yourself that you're not good enough. Someone's going to be better for you. You're a bad person. That's all lies. It's not true. No one thinks that. You're already living in a war zone. So just start firing back. Okay. So when you're doing your scripting, for me, I'm not this and clients and everybody and blah, 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 because it's more about the essence. It's more about the fact that, holy shit, I just wrote a page about how amazing my life is unfolding and I feel really great. And now I'm going to go to bed thinking about how everything is great because my life is unfolding. And because of that, my life unfolds in great ways because my life is. But does it help? I think so. And the people that do implement it definitely see changes. So try it out. Do it for a week and see how you like it. Okay. Leanne likes the makeup idea. Okay. Sorry, just randomly. It's all over the place, guys. Is it better to script in a notebook or can I script on my phone instead? I don't know. I don't script in my phone. I only script in a notebook. So I can't tell you. I just can tell you that scripting and writing it down does work. Here's another one. Scripting has literally changed my life. Do it every morning and night. Kalyani says, do you think age is a factor in success in life or starting up anything new? Absolutely not. 100% no. Had to live that life and go through those lessons to get where you need to be now in order to be that version that you want it to be, right? Again, like we don't know the path. That's why it's like if things are unfolding and you're automatically, not you, but just in general, if you're automatically deciding things, oh, it didn't work. It's like, well, fucking wait till you decide that. Wait a fucking second before you're like, it's not working, because that is its own manifestation. So you don't know the path. We don't know the path. We can't see it. We just know that we're on it. And we know things are unfolding, okay? So don't decide stuff's not working for you. Don't think it's too late. There's nothing you're too late for. In fact, you're right on fucking time because you're here asking this question, which means you're exactly where you need to be. So congratulations. Please come back and let us know how you do with whatever it is you're doing. Nancy says, thank you, Roxy. A lot of teachers go straight to the end. Don't manifest dates, but I feel more comfortable manifesting as I go. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. How do I say this? That is impractical to just go straight to the end. Because again, what is the end? There is no end. And B, what the fuck do I do in the meantime when I'm going crazy? This traditional law of attraction stuff does not help you in the hard moments. It doesn't, let me rephrase that, because it definitely has helped me and it led me to this point. It doesn't give you the answers. You have to find them yourself, right? And so that's kind of where I was at. But now I'm realizing how to do it. Well, if it's my awareness that creates everything, then I will only be aware of things working out for me. I will only be aware of the reality I want to live in. Otherwise, what? Who's stupid? So You're fighting these thoughts that describe anything else but that situation. You're fighting the thoughts, or you're combating them, or at least you're knocking them out every time they pop up, because they may never stop coming. So if they never stop coming, and you went to the end with your manifestation and didn't do the work on the way, the problems are going to come back up, and you're not going to know how to deal with them because you didn't develop the skills in the meantime to get through the moment by moment. And that's why I say, do this 360 shit for like a month, because after 3 weeks to a month, it becomes a habit. Same thing goes with this process. If you are on top of your thoughts, listening, flipping, catching all the time, catching and flipping, and then feeding yourself with the good thoughts, making a habit of scripting every single night, and watching the way you're describing your world, you do that like that all day long for a month straight, it does get easier. It becomes a habit. It becomes habitual thinking, which is what you have right now. It's just you're habitually thinking in a way that does not work for you. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. I'm here for you guys. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I do what I can every day to learn it, practice it, figure it out, understand what's really going on, apply it to the science of planet Earth as much as I can. I'm not a scientist, and draw connections and correlations, and of course share them with you guys. This is a great question. Shahrazad says, if we are affirming that someone is single and it happens, will that affirmation affect things if you marry them in the future? So think about it like this. You're shifting in and out of realities constantly through your awareness, through your thoughts, the way you entertain things, the reality that you are aware of. Like I was just saying, I'm only going to be aware of the reality where everything works out for me. Even if my body is living in another one, I don't care. This is what matters. So if you are in a relationship with them, if you are thinking about them being single again, then absolutely. But if once you're in that relationship, they're here to stay. This relationship is here for life. We are locked down. We love each other. We're dedicated. We're in for the long haul. We are life partners. We're not going anywhere. If that's the way you treat the relationship, then that's the reality that you stay in. But if you start entertaining them going somewhere else, then that's the reality that you shift into. Natasha says, what is your opinion on observing your own thoughts? I do it all day long, constant. That is the key to my success, honestly. I'm glad you asked that. I'm really glad you asked that. I'm going to read it again. What is your opinion on observing your own thoughts? That is my key to success. One key, there's two, right? Observing them, but then also replacing them is very important. So that's the practice. And like what I teach this 360, again, it's not teaching you guys to manifest. Literally teaching you how to brainwash yourself. That's what my process is. How to brainwash yourself with thoughts that work for you so that you can think them automatically. And you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to do all the techniques when it's just your life. That's why I teach what I teach is so different. It's because, yeah, I mean, visually, like someone said, they got their sats. It works. It's not that it doesn't, but I think it's just easier to do what you do naturally, but be aware of the way you're doing it, because you're already manifesting easily and effortlessly in every single moment. So now what we need to do is just change the content that you're thinking about so that the content of your life changes. That's where my perspective is. If this is all happening, if I'm switching in and out of these realities imperceptibly in every moment, and there's nothing I can do about that, I do, however, though, have control over what I think. And that happens to also be the creative power of this world. There's no outside thing deciding whether I'm ready, judging me, allowing me to have it. It's me allowing it. I'm always the one creating, the one conjuring, the one thinking. If you can think something up, it exists because it's you doing the conception of it that makes it happen in your world. There's no other thing out there doing the conceiving, the thinking, the manifesting, the thinking it up, the dreaming. That's all you. So is the blah, 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 blah possible for me? The fact that you're able to think of it and phrase a sentence around it means that, yes, it's already in existence. So I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. You're so sweet. Okay, so I'll do one makeup tutorial here soon. It's such a whole thing though. Like my bathroom has yellow paint and we were going to paint it, but then it was like we painted the whole house, like top to bottom. And then the bathroom was just like the last thing. And like the cabinets are yellow, the tile is yellow. And we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just make the bathroom yellow. So the bathroom is like yellow and we made things that match with it, but yellow lighting is not cute. And I don't want to have to move my makeup. Like just the idea of actually doing it sounds really daunting to me. So we'll see. We'll see. How about you guys just watch Bailey Sarian? Bailey Sarian. Who else do I like to watch? I watch Jeffrey. I don't know if I watch anybody else, to be honest with you. Probably those two, but check out Bailey. She's awesome. She does talk about like murder mystery though, so sometimes it's hard to watch her channel because I've always been a murder mystery type. Like my minor was in criminal justice. That's what I studied in school. But now that I'm doing this, I can't take in too much of that content. So it's kind of hard sometimes to watch her, but she's so like makeup. So anyways, I watched makeup tutorials too. Drag queens and makeup experts is how I learned how to do my makeup. So even if I don't put one out, you guys can find content that looks just like what I would show you. Oh, makeup collection and a morning routine. Okay. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to put up a poll. Can I do a poll on YouTube? Oh, my phone's over there. I think I can do a poll on YouTube. I'm going to ask how many people actually want to see a makeup tutorial because, again, I'm hesitant of it because I used to have a music channel and I was putting law of attraction videos on my music channel, and that's why no one knew who I was for a year and a half. That's why it seems like when I came on the scene, it just like came out of nowhere, but I wasn't. I had already been doing it for a year and a half. It's just that because I was putting them on a music channel, they were not getting views by people in the law of attraction community. So I started a new channel strictly to law of attraction people, and that's when everything blew up. But the makeup, I'm just worried about doing like the cross genre stuff. Obviously, I can talk about manifesting. Anyways, if you're listening to this on playback, I'm sorry we're talking about this so much. I know you just want to hear questions answered. Okay. Shit, these are coming in so fast I can't read. Okay, Dragonfly, thank you so much for joining to the chat. I appreciate you. How to overcome deep insecurities. Okay, so first things first, understand that the deep insecurities are not really real. They are just like a story you've kind of like allowed yourself to populate and fit into. And I go into this in this week's videos a little bit more about how these things are created. But basically, what happens is that, you know, we begin creating the moment we're born. As soon as you become a being on this planet, you start manifesting, and it never stops. The issue is that when we're like 0 to 7 years old, we are sponges. We are changing and developing the most that we ever will in our lives during that period. So what's happening is that you're at the mercy of the adults in your life. You're experiencing their idea of life. This is like generational. It's before you even get here. So it's not your fault. This is why it's really not your fault. Whatever you believe or your insecurities or any of that stuff is not really real because it's generational shit. It's stuff that existed before you got to this planet. You're also making your own environment. So you are creating and manifesting, soaking in your environment, and then reacting to it and manifesting more. Not only that, but because this is that period of growth when you're kind of becoming a person, this is where you decide what life is, what it means for you, what you're capable of, and what role you play in relation to everybody else and everything else in your life. So you end up living in the world that you create as a child once you're an adult. And that's where we run into trouble, is you're living in this world that for some people could have been very traumatic, lots of insecurities, abuse, neglect, things like that. Even plain out, I mean, the most vanilla childhood can spark shit in life. I mean, like everybody gets fucked up somehow from their parents, no matter how hard they try. So when you have the realization that you are doing all of it and the world is only what you say it is, that's when you're able to knock these things out, these deep insecurities. Okay. So what I would suggest you do is take a couple pieces of paper, and just like I've talked about before, Dump all your limiting beliefs out, all your insecurities, all your worries. Just get them out of your head onto paper. So for one, you can see, that's why my life is like that, because this is the shit I'm telling myself every day, which is all, of course, not true. And two, you're going to take that right-hand column and replace all of those thoughts. Flip each one of those insecurities, flip it around to the opposite. How many sentences can we describe the opposite of it? And then you're going to build up that right-hand column, build up your vault of new thoughts, new ways of thinking. And then every time something comes up on your mind that matches left-hand energy, you replace it with something from the right hand. Every single time. Every time, 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 every time. Even if it's that many times in a minute. I mean it. Literally every single one. Because remember, if you, what is it? If you slack, you go back, or if you slack, you stay. If you slack on getting knocking the thoughts out, you stop going to that reality and you stay where you're at. Okay. I'm worthy of reciprocated love. What hidden beliefs cause something like this? Am I good enough? Are they going to find someone else? Is there someone out there better than me? Like, even just little insecurities of like, oh, I hope they like me. Do they still like me? And I don't know. Like, as I'm answering this question, I'm just like, I have no clue what your situation is. So I have no idea. I can tell you, it's not hard. Where are your thoughts at? Be honest with yourself. I believe I'm worthy of reciprocated love. What does that really mean? What are you really, truly telling yourself? Because if all you were operating on is if this person loves me, of course they do, because how could they not? Because they're in my life and I choose them to love me and that's it. You're not doing that. If you were, then you wouldn't have this problem. So really look at where your thoughts are. What are your fears? What are you worried about? Where does your mind go when you start going dark a little bit? That'll give you some answers, okay? Okay. Solo says, do you think teaching a 10-year-old about law of attraction is a good idea? How to break it down to a child they can do and have whatever they want? Yes, absolutely. If we were all told this as children, the world would be a fucking great place. That's why I do what I do. It's just to me, it's like, it's not fair. It is not fair that we're not told this. And at the end of the day, after all the shit, that's why I do what I do, is because it's not fair that we don't know this. And because I do, it's my duty to share it. I can't hoard this information. That's not how it works. I must share it. I must give it. I must explain it. And it is 100% a disservice to the human race that we're not taught this as children. So having said that, yes, please do teach them. And like, how do you break it down? I don't know. I don't fucking talk to kids. I don't know. I don't have kids. How do you talk to your kids? Be kind to everybody around you. Be grateful for what you have. That kind of stuff. And then as they start seeing manifestations come through, maybe help them make a little list of, like 5 things they can manifest every day. And as they start seeing things come through, make sure you're teaching them to celebrate it, to recognize it, to remind them, hey, you did that. You're really strong. So remember to be very careful with your thoughts. Be very deliberate, because they will show up in your life. Yeah, that's how I would do this. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do like a couple more. Do I play video games? No, I suck again. Well, I play like the Sonic. We have that Sonic racing game. I like that. It's kind of like Mario Kart. We have a PlayStation, so that's not thanks, Leanne. Appreciate you. Okay. Even though I just answered it. Andrew, do you think nighttime dreams are significant in terms of the future? What do we do if we dream about something that is the opposite of my desires? We'll put too much stock in their dreams. Meaning, at the end of the day, it is whatever you say it is. So if it's a good dream and you say it's good, then it's good. Does it mean that everything's unfolding for you? You fucking sure it does, right? Because it does what you say it does. And it lets you know like how you might feel about a situation or what your fears might be or how you're able to overcome things if you're able to overcome them. But at the end of the day, your dream state is just, it's like the next version of you. So like when you think about our higher selves, that's kind of like us in relation to our dreams. Like the dreams are still part of us. We do the doing in them, but as soon as it's over, even though it could feel like it's years in your dream, as soon as it's done, it's like, what? It's like foggy. That's what they say in like the law of one. That's what they say is like our higher self or the logos or the logos that goes up behind us, which is like the planets and then the higher evolved beings from Earth that have graduated from here. It's like a dream. You're just as much as your dream is a part of you. That's how we are to like the source and the things behind us. So it doesn't really fucking matter unless you let you say it does. Right. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm. What's the lip color I'm wearing? I think it's Bear by Kylie. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate you guys. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to find one good question that'll kind of help everybody. Okay, I'm gonna read these two. Lena says, "Hi Roxy, how should I manifest a skill like having an amazing singing voice? So I just keep having fun while singing and telling myself it keeps getting better. Love you so much. Thanks for everything." Yeah, so that's one thing you can do, and then also get some singing lessons. Even the best Beyonce has vocal coaches. So, yeah, tell yourself it's good. Practice, practice, practice. And then if you want to be a real singer, you want to be a real musician, you need to take lessons. We all do. We all take vocal lessons and practice and stuff like that. So that's part of it. So yes, tell yourself it's great. You're really good at it. It's amazing. You're getting better every day. It's like you're naturally talented. You never knew how good you were. And holy shit, I'm amazing at it. And also hone your skill in a way that's beneficial to you. Because everybody, all the pros you listen to, they all have vocal coaches. Okay, because it's like it triggers the jealousy emotion or response, and that right there just shows you exactly why it's not happening to you, why it's happening to everybody else around you, because they have it and I don't. So if that's in your story, it's going to play out all over the place. You can also look at it as you are manifesting the things, but because you have the story of everybody gets it and I don't, or something similar to that, that's why it's going to be outside. I just want to thank you for having the Facebook page Black Moon Society. It has been so helpful to have an amazing community while manifesting. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys in the group too. It's really nice that you're all there for each other, and you know, we've all made like amazing. It's crazy the community has grown, and we're all very much like kind of, you know, sticking together and growing together, helping each other, showing up every week, always there. And I appreciate you guys all so much. So thank you. I love when you rapid fire affirmations and you please my affirmations. More affirmations are coming. Okay. Yeah, Nadine, join the Facebook group. What are you doing? Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to find one more question. Oh. Okay, this is a great question, Youre. Youre says, is it bad that I don't even want to dump out my insecurities by writing them down because I don't want to give them that much attention? Okay, I feel you here because I felt that way about it too. And I've also been being nagged all the time to do the exercise. And even just me saying, okay, fine, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'll do it. I've actually had limiting beliefs coming up for me that I didn't realize I was doing. So I think that it's really beneficial to do it. And here's why. Whether you write them out or not, they're still manifesting bullshit in your life. So the sooner you dump them out and look at them in the face and realize, oh my God, I've been telling myself every single day for me. Actually, I'm not even, no. See, and this is how you see, you know, I'm working on it, because I'm not even going to utter the words. So it's not worth it. So do the exercise. It is worth it, because you don't realize what you're doing. And the fact that if you don't have your manifestations, it's 100% because there's stuff in there that you don't realize you're doing. So figure it out. Dumping them out, you feel like you're giving them too much attention. It's like they're getting attention already. They're getting enough airtime to manifest in your world. So do something about it now. That's the way I kind of feel about that. And thank you. That's a great question. Monica, thank you so much for donating to the chat. She says, hi, Roxy. I have trouble believing in multiple realities and that two people can get versions of SP without cheating. Who keeps them in this? I don't think at this point, like I say, I'm always growing. I'm always changing. My views always change. As of today, March 30th, 2020, I don't know if there is one just regular ass Earth. Okay? Whatever Earth is. The parallel realities thing, like, I mean, you don't have to, it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, right? Like, if it's happening, it's happening. So that's why I like to look into the science stuff, because you can say, oh, I don't want to believe in that, but you don't have to believe in gravity if it's still going to fucking keep you on the ground. So that's a choice. That's you ignoring it by choice. So I would say look into it. Now, do they know? They don't know. It's not, quantum science is not an exact, let me rephrase this. They don't know why things behave the way they do at the quantum level. They can just measure it. So, but when they measure it, what they're shown is that this is some sort of projection or computer program, something like this. Okay. So, Aaron Abke, I'm gonna, this is a video. This is not my concept. So I'm just going to throw him some credit here before I start saying this. Aaron Abke, I definitely suggest you checking out his channel. He has a lot of stuff on the law of one. He talks about how, think about, okay, the creator of whatever created us, whatever created Earth, whatever created this planet and this programming that we're all involved in. The creation process has kind of been done, right? Earth is done, meaning that, and also let's combine this idea that we know that everything is energy. And we also know that energy cannot be created or destroyed. What that means is that everything that ever has been or ever will be is already here now. Like I said, you don't have to like it. It's happening whether you believe it or not. So get on board. It makes things much easier if you just start to make yourself accept this, or just feed yourself this stuff. Okay. So everything is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It's all here now. It's all happening now. Past, present, future is an illusion. Time is not linear. It's all here. It's all here now. It's all infinite now. It's never ending, infinite love and light. So if this place, this is like an extension of the creative source. Think about the Big Bang. The creative source exploded itself out to find out what it was like. So it sent out all these pieces of itself to explore itself, to learn about itself. There's no contrast. It just is. And there was nothing for it to understand itself compared to. So all of these worlds were created and are still being created. Actually, I think I heard him say the other day, the Big Bang is still banging. Which is really funny. So all of these things have already been created. Earth is already here, right? We already know. People cycle through this thing. They have been for thousands and thousands of years, supposedly. So if Earth is already here, the school of Earth, the process, the that's already been done. So think of life as like a Monopoly game, okay? The board of Monopoly is completed. The game of Call of Duty, when I put that game in my PlayStation, the whole game is already done. Even though my character may be at the first world, right? Ready to go do life. I can't see more than the steps in front of me. I don't know what the whole picture looks like. I don't know what my life is going to be like. I don't know what the whole thing is. But if I were to be able to zoom out and look at the board as a whole, just like when you play the game of Monopoly, when you play the iron, you're not being the iron, you can see the entire board. So even though the piece itself moves space by space, you can easily pick it up and move it from one side of the board to the other side. That's kind of how what's going on with life, right? So the earth thing, all of the energy, everything that ever will be and ever was is already here now. It's all here now. Everything that you could ever conceive of already exists. Therefore, there cannot be any limitation, because there's no limitation to this thing, right? It's constantly growing and evolving. And I mean, maybe we have our own limitations, but at the end of the day, infinites, that's what we come from. An infinite reality, meaning never ending, meaning all possibilities and none at the same time. So again, look into the quantum physics side of it so you can understand how energy behaves. What happens when there's different outcomes being predicted or being measured, okay? That's why I watch that stuff, so that I can draw correlations between energy there and energy here. Same stuff. So in your reality, let's think about a video game, okay? Let's talk about the Call of Duty thing. When I turn on my PlayStation, I turn on Call of Duty, I have my thing in my hand, that's when the world comes on. For that player, it doesn't know that I haven't turned on my PlayStation in 4 weeks or whatever. It's just awake, and now we're playing the game. Now I can hit, like, I actually don't play this game, my husband does. So I can hit like select or whatever, like mess with my gun. I can change my outfit. Like I can change the world I'm going to. Once I'm in there, I'm doing the thing. I'm interacting with other people who are also in their own homes, somewhere else in the world, with their own controller, doing the same thing I'm doing, but we're meeting up somehow in this realm, right? But each of us has our own screen, and I can't see what's on yours. You can't see what's on mine. This is my screen. This is where I'm operating. It's where I'm holding my controller, doing the thing on the screen. Just like I was saying earlier about in my world, in my reality, I can have whatever I want because I have free will. That's a big thing when they talk about the law of one, is that opinions and feelings about it. So if I have free will, and it's extremely important that I keep it, if there's only one reality, then you can't also have it. I can be the only, if I have it in mine, then no one else can have free will in my reality, because they would be able to manifest me in my world. So if it's a game, just like we're all like, a lot of scientists agree that it's some sort of like simulation. Think about VR right now. They're getting to the point where it's indistinguishable from real life. Think about those games where they make like a warehouse and they create the dimensions of the warehouse to be exactly the same dimensions as the VR that you're watching on your screen. So it completely replaces reality, and you're walking around in a spatially perfect example of what's going on in your visor, right? Or whatever the fuck these things are called. Same thing for Earth. It's just really a lot higher sophisticated, obviously, because it's been around for a lot longer than what we've been able to do with our few years of technology, right? So if that's the case, if we all have our own little VR goggles on and we don't realize that we're doing it, I have my goggles on in my world where I get to manipulate the stuff. And you have your goggles on over there where you get to manipulate the stuff. And somehow these two worlds connect like a platform, just like we were talking about in Call of Duty. We all kind of come together and play there, but I'm still in my own world at the end of the day. So long ass story short, my point of this is, I am not fully convinced anymore that there is just one regular Earth. Because if we're all in our own realities, who's on regular Earth? Why would there be one big empty space that nobody's inhabiting if we're all inhabiting our own realities? I don't know. These are the things that these are the things I think about during the day, but ever. So if I let it, then it does. If I think that, oh no, how can we both have him? That's a station in your reality is literally allowing them to have it. They don't get to, it's yours. They have their own reality where they get to do the exact same thing we're doing right now. And maybe because there are infinite versions, if everything exists now, if everything is all here now, just like they say, energy cannot be created or destroyed. Everything is energy. Everything that ever has been or ever will be is already in existence now. And all you have to do is simply lock in on it in your mind. If you shift into a reality where that's my person, period, end of sentence, then that's your person, period, end of sentence. So it's your choice. Again, you don't have to believe in it, but it makes it a lot easier if you do. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it a day with this. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, we took a minute, an hour and a half. I will please leave in the YouTube comments if you would like to vote for the makeup tutorial, I will still talk manifesting. And if I do that, I might answer like YouTube comments while I'm doing it. So I have something to kind of, anchor to manifesting. And we'll see. I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about it just yet. It's something I'm toying with. It's just, I keep getting asked about it. So I don't know how I feel. Anyways, you guys are amazing. Oh yeah, the new SP workshop is coming out. That should be out like probably by next week, I think, because I think we're finishing it up this week. It is getting a facelift. You will be able to access the information right away. The way it's set up currently is it's a 3-person class that I teach. So it's like I can really be able to get you guys this. I know this SP information is very pressing. When you want it, you want it. So we automated the whole course. It's getting put up on Kajabi like as we speak. So it will be up soon, probably within the next week. If you sign up between now and when the new course launches, it will be at the regular price, but you will be getting the very last of the 3-person classes. I'm not teaching those anymore. So like a week. Once it does go away, I am offering it for $100 during the lockdown. $100 off during the lockdown, which makes it $150. So it'll be $150 during the lockdown. And anybody that joins it who has ever bought it before this, now, currently, after it's done, anybody that ever has bought it will have access to it immediately. I want to grandfather in every single person that's ever paid for it. So you will have lifetime price. You get access to me and the automated system. If you book after the new system launches, which is going to be in like a week or so, you get $100 off, but I'm no longer teaching the intimate class. I will be doing a group thing like Mindset Monday, where probably on Zoom, where everyone can kind of talk and we'll get a lot deeper and like more personal with everything. But that's going to only be held like once a month. So again, if you want to get in with me teaching the class to you, sign up now. And then the class will begin like in May, but you'll get access to the information right away as soon as the new system starts. So that's what's happening there. Amazing new merch is coming soon. I'm really excited about that. One-on-one definitely open still for, but however, if your issue you think will still be around come May, then definitely get on the books now, because I don't know how the structure will be changing, but I definitely will be the way I work with my clients. I don't want it to affect the YouTube. So I have to make some changes with my schedule because it's just not sustainable at the level it's at, but it's happening. And I appreciate all of you. You guys are amazing. You can do this. You just need to be disciplined. I think the really biggest issue is that that's normal. So does that stop you from manifesting? No, it doesn't. What that does is give you an opportunity to get even better at your skill. So do that. Take those opportunities of bad days to get very comfortable flipping every single thought and not allowing that stuff to settle, because when you allow it to settle is when it continues to manifest in your world. Okay. Okay, I'm only going to read. Okay, if my message is unread, what should I do? How should I think to turn the whole situation? Please help me. Okay, you're not living in the end. So this is coming from love. You're allowing them to have an opinion, which they don't. If they want nothing to do with you, that says more about you than it says anything about them. Because you right now, as long as you select it and then don't go, but where is it? How come it's not here? I've done everything, but it's not here yet. That's what you're doing. That's keeping them away. That act alone is telling the universe, I don't have what I want. So you don't have what you want. It does what you say it does, always. That never changes. So change the story. He can't live without you, can't stop thinking about you. He always communicates and he treats you with respect. No matter what he does, that has to be how you respond and react. Otherwise, you might as well not even bother, because you've already got him the way you want him. Or excuse me, you've already got him the way you got him. Okay, I just saw the fear of something linked being popped up. Yeah, rewatch it, because I did address that question, but it's like in the middle of the chat. Oh, LOL. I mean, okay, I can make keychains. It's just, yeah, all right. All you gotta do is ask nicely. Like, shit. All right, I'll put a fucking keychain up there. I'll get stuff up there. Use the 90s, but that doesn't matter. They're MP3s. And also sign up for one-on-one coaching. We can discuss exactly what's up with you and how you are standing in the way of your manifestations. And then also you can sign up for the SP workshop. You have about 1 week. It might be, I don't even have a real date for you guys. It might be less. I'll try to keep it up till next Monday at least. But SP workshop is getting a facelift. You have 1 week left to get the best of both worlds, which is because once those classes are gone, that's it. Otherwise, you still get the information through the automated system. It just won't be me like teaching you and talking with you and interacting with you personally throughout the process. But we will have, again, like the group chat where it'll be more like this, but on Zoom, and we can, or maybe it'll be on Kajabi, actually. I think they have their own site or their own hosting. But we'll be able to do group stuff like this. It'll probably be a couple hours long on like one Saturday a month. So you can also, I'm going to make it so you can get the SP workshop, the automated, plus a one-on-one session too, because that would be really beneficial. Any hoodles, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are very kind. I so appreciate my moderators and all the nice people in the group and in the chats. Thank you all for being here every day. And, you know, thanks for doing the work. For those of you that are like doing the work and making progress and seeing change and like refusing to affirm your current reality, I just want to give you a little round of applause. For those of you that are still stuck in the loop of affirming your current reality, Friday's video will help with that, you know, when you're not able to believe it. But the believing part, kind of irrelevant. You eventually will believe it. So just start telling yourself and telling yourself and telling yourself and telling yourself. And instead of trying to believe it right away, just try to not actively deny it. Try to not talk yourself out of it. Try to not tell yourself how impossible it is, because that's when things get messed up. So I just don't want to read that out loud. So people listening back don't think I'm some sort of megalomaniac or something. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Actually, yeah, rephrase what I just said. I don't care what anybody thinks. They can think that if they want. It doesn't really matter. Either way, everything's working out for me and things are beautiful. My life is amazing. And I appreciate all of you guys. I'm so excited to see what you do going forward. You can do this. You have the power. Nothing is standing in your way except for your own ideas of limitation. That's it. Nope, don't remember. Oh, yeah. What to do after you've manifested your SP. Once the things start unfolding, how to go forward and keep the relationship going. Why circumstances don't matter. That's for Wednesday. Thursday. Oh, no. Wednesday is flipping every single thought. Thursday is why circumstances don't matter. Friday is what to do when you still don't believe your story or something like that. And that's it. Oh, Tuesday. What was Tuesday? Tuesday is tomorrow's video. What to do, how to like move your man. When you get what happens when you get your SP, then what? Now that you've gotten your SP, what's going forward? That's the way. Okay. So I love you guys so much. Appreciate you. Talk to you next week, and I'll see you tomorrow on the live chat for the video. If you'd like to sign up for one-on-one coaching,